You thought the spins were the problem? No. The real problem was the answer Lewis Hamilton got after them. We're still 8/10 off, he said, calm and direct. What's the plan? Silence. Then a half-hearted mention of ride quality. That wasn't a reply. That was a white flag. It happened after FP2 in Zandvoort. 2 spins, 1 bruised rear tyre set, and a very clear message. Ferrari still has no idea how to build a car for Hamilton, and Lewis, he's done waiting. FP2 was a disaster, 14 and 15. The car was unpredictable, unstable on corner entry, snapping under throttle. But FP2 showed a glimpse. Hamilton climbed to P6. He was pushing hard, maybe too hard, but he was chasing time in a car that doesn't want to be chased. Before the second spin, he was up at 10th in Sector 2, another 0.15 coming in the final turn, and then gone. Not because of a mistake, but because the SF25 doesn't trust the man inside it. The issue isn't form, it's philosophy. And in that quiet post-session debrief, Hamilton made it loud. I don't care about comfort. I care about control. Let's stop pretending they're the same. They told him to wait. He told them to watch. After FP2, the debrief wasn't technical, it was political. Inside that room, Adami stared at the data. Hamilton stared at Adami. 8/10, he repeated. Where are they hiding? No metaphors, no motivational fluff, just pressure. Because Lewis didn't come to Ferrari to be told, we'll get there, he came to win. The telemetry didn't lie. Before the spin, plus 0.1 in Sector 2. Final corner, another plus 0.15. That lap was alive. It was working until it snapped. Why? Because the car is still built for someone else. Setup, safe, progressive, predictable. Hamilton's instincts, sharp, reactive, surgical. But here's the problem: Ferrari can't serve both. And when Adami hesitated to commit to a new direction, Hamilton made it crystal clear. If you tune this car for comfort, you're tuning it away from victory. That wasn't feedback. That was a warning. And Adami, he didn't argue. He just looked down and started rewriting the Saturday program. Ferrari says it wants to win, but it's still scared of what winning actually takes. Zandvoort exposed it, not just the car's flaws, but the team's fear of letting go. Hamilton didn't spin because he lost control. He spun because he was chasing it. The SF25 wasn't built for a driver like Lewis. Its DNA is stitched with caution. A rear that's soft, a front that hesitates, a balance that flatters average and frustrates brilliance. Fits it. Hamilton fights it. So, Friday night, Lewis made the ask no one saw coming. Unlink my setup from his. Not a suggestion, a demand. He wanted a new ride height model, a tighter rear diff, and a change in how brake energy recovery engages under load. Adami blinked. The room froze. Because if Ferrari grants that request, it's not just giving Lewis a new car, it's admitting the old one was never his to begin with. And still, Hamilton doubled down. This isn't about balance, it's about belief. And the moment he said that, the walls inside the garage weren't just thin, they were trembling. 2 Ferraris, 1 garage, and suddenly, one of them doesn't feel like the real one anymore. Friday morning, the split became real. Hamilton's SF25 rolled out with a different soul. Low rake, aggressive turn-in, early throttle maps. It wasn't a setup tweak. It was an identity transplant. And in the strategy room, silence until Hamilton dropped a line that sliced through the tension. If I crash, it's on me. But if I compromise, it's on all of you. That's when everyone knew he wasn't driving for lap time. He was driving to take control. The car remained within protocol, balanced, predictable, designed to finish. This is the quiet revolution. One that started with telemetry, grew with defiance, and is now being written in every apex Hamilton hits without correction. Ferrari spent a decade building a system to protect itself from chaos. Hamilton just turned that chaos into a weapon. And as the SF25 roars out of the garage at Zandvoort, there's no more pretending. There are 2 cars, 2 drivers, but only one direction left to follow. Because the setup is split, the data is in. And Lewis Hamilton isn't asking to lead Ferrari anymore, he already is. Qualifying hasn't started yet, but the war room is already active. Hamilton stepped out of the sim session, no smiles, no words, just a quiet glance at Adami and the question that hit harder than any lap time, do they see it yet? Adami didn't answer. He didn't need to. Inside the garage, the energy had shifted. 2 groups, 2 strategies. One ran overlays, brake migration plots, and tyre delta forecasts. Silent, sharp, efficient. The other cautious, conservative, already scripting the press release in case it goes wrong. And above them all, Fred Vasseur watching, processing, not reacting because he knows what's coming. Zandvoort is just the spark. Monza will be the explosion. Inside Ferrari, no one is talking about pole anymore. They're talking about fallout, because if Hamilton qualifies ahead with his setup, the message will echo far beyond the Dutch dunes. It will hit Maranello, it will reach the boardroom, and it will force Ferrari to confront the question they've avoided all season. Who is this car being built for? Monza is sacred ground, Tifosi legacy, national pride, the kind of weekend where Ferrari traditionally hides its fractures under a red flag. But not this year. Not with Hamilton pushing a new engineering doctrine, not with Leclerc watching his influence fade, one sector at a time. At Zandvoort, Hamilton demanded change. At Monza, he may force a choice, because if he wins the political battle and starts closing the championship gap, the illusion of equal treatment won't just crack, it'll shatter. And the red car, so carefully managed, may finally reveal who it truly belongs to.